View find. Speech off.
Hey, what's up, boy? I'm up. So you should really go pick up that brass and blow up your AC. Anyway, after all the modern stuff I've recorded, just sitting here recording a bunch of random modern VTech trash, I thought it was time to get back to Janktech. I'm completely running out of Janktech to record, so I thought I would start this new series called The Best of Janktech. Now, what this series is going to be doing is taking an in-depth look at how janky VTech toys from the 2000s are. Now, I know a UK toy collector by the name of PixelXQ already has started a series like this, but I wanted to start my own series and do my own take on this. I'm not trying to steal any ideas here, just want to do my own series here. Now, this, as all classic Janktech does, starts off with Smart Start. VTech Smart Start, which is a line from the 2000s, early 2000s, I should say, which was very innovative. The way these things worked, you wouldn't expect. It would, like, babies have a new surprise, I feel like the main audience for, babies is, honestly, what they did with those things is pretty interesting. And that's kind of why Smart Start took off so well. Yes, the toys are very janky. It's Janktech. What do you expect? But the way they did that, the designs and innovative ideas are what made that line take off so well. I feel like the way VTech did that was perfect. I want them to go back to that. They really improved, like they really did well on that line, and we don't see that anymore. I feel like Smart Start was one of the most solid VTech lines that could have been existing, like one of the most solid lines that VTech had ever made. I mean, there's literally toys from that line that, at least in the UK, are still very much alive, very common. I mean, over here in the US, it's more rare because we have more stuff being released. But over in the UK, there's stuff like Rhyme and Discover Book 2003. That is what was still being sold up until about 2022, 2023, according to what I've heard. Not anymore, but you can go to thrift stores and find them all over the place. Stack and Discover rings. I actually looked that up recently and found like 4 or 5 of them on eBay, which is completely funny. But I feel like Smart Start was one of those lines that, okay, some of it was never meant to take off. It just wasn't. There's a few toys that just, they're innovative, they're cool, but for the general audience would never have taken off. That the Smart Start line was not meant to really take off, I don't think. I mean, it exists, but I feel like what they did with it did kind of take off. It was innovative, and I feel like the way VTech did that way back when was very creative and genius. Now, they did, they would take your classic, ring stacker, pop-up toy, rolling drum, rolling drums weren't even a thing until VTech made the Smart Start Twist Rock and Roll, but like a baby drum, pop-up toys, books, toy pianos, rockets, just to name a few. Let's see, spinning tops. Yeah, did I mention that VTech makes spinning tops? VTech makes Smart Start spinning tops, and that's what I've got to review for you today. But yeah, like Smart Start, just it really is creative the way they did that. Like, they could have done that so many other ways, but the way they chose, they didn't take the lazy way out with a lot of that stuff. And that's what I feel made that such a good line for so many of us toy collectors to remember for so long. It's an obscure line, don't get me wrong, but I feel like everyone, if they've heard of these toys, they don't know about Smart Start in particular, but if you name a few of these toys, there's at least someone that's going to have nostalgia from some of that. Or someone who's going to know exactly what you're talking about with a few of those toys. And I feel like VTech really did what they could on this line. They really did good. Like, there's another thing. Smart Start has some of the most interesting ways of all time to change mode on a toy. Like, stack and discover rings. I don't have one, but I've heard that you just tilt it, and it chooses the mode. Twist, rock, and roll, I don't have that either, but I've heard that you twist dials and it changes the modes. Touch and turn tunes, I do have that. You mess with the pop-up controls on the front, which actually don't make the things pop up. They just are controls. They exist to be there for messing around with the music. The animals, you press one down and either pops up or whatever. The previous one that you pressed pops up. Those, you wouldn't expect how that works. This thing, you press the star down at the top, and then if you don't know, that's another reference. We'll get to describing this thing later. And it will make the thing spin. And that is what changes modes. I feel like the main highlight of that thing is the spinning around, which makes it change modes. I feel like these animals on the side and whatever do stuff, but they're not as iconic as the classic spinning function of this thing. Like, that spinning function is just, yeah, you see a VTech spinning top, you know that those things spin. They're actually really fun to spin. Now, these things, this is my second one. Or, well, third one I've ever had, but second one out of since I started toy collecting. My first one, I ordered that thing on eBay. Or no, I ordered that one on Mercari for like $14. And when I got it in, the circuitry was going out. You could tell that. And I was at least able to play with it for months before it completely died out. I was able to record it a few times. One for the old channel, one for this channel. But I found another listing for a verified 2003. It had a video and everything. Just like my Rhyme and Discover book 2003. They both had videos. I snatched it up, knowing, oh, this is another 2003. It was about $30. The other one on Mercari was about $14. This one was $30. So I snatched that thing up, got it in the mail. It was working. It still works pretty decently, but you can tell that it's going out now because I've used it so much. But when I got it in the mail, it was working, I would say, as good as new. Like, that thing worked really well. But, the circuitry will kind of go out on you. They just tend to do that. They quiet, they go in and out, they cut in and out. I was able to record my old one, like I said, but that wasn't easy to do. I had to record that a few times. And actually, my first, the second one, from Mercari, the second one I've ever had, well, technically first one in this collection, whatever. Anyway, I recorded that, and that was, the last productive thing it did. I sent an audio message to a friend saying, oh, this thing is going out. And then it just kind of went out right after I sent the message. I haven't been able to get it turned back on since, but at least I have this one. Another thing, apart from the circuitry, that I feel like this was a bestseller. This did take off. These are all over the place. Actually, my first one when I was little, I got that thing at a resale shop. I'd seen a few others before then. They took off enough to where they were common up until about 2013, 2014, and they were made in 2003. I saw a few of those at houses, other people's houses. Actually, someone who was babysitting me had one of these, and I got, really good experience with that thing. For, an hour or two, I just sat there straight, just playing with that thing. And I found one at a resale shop and picked it up, thinking, you know, maybe this is gonna be interesting to test out. So I got it. I played with it. And let me just say, do not drop that thing. Otherwise, pieces will go flying everywhere, or animals will go flying off. Yeah, that's what happened with my original one. I lost, like, one of the animals and the star on top. And I saw one at Goodwill. Actually, the way the animals look inside of there is kind of interesting because it's literally just wires being exposed and a tiny little button. You wouldn't expect how small that little button is that the animals press. It's weird, honestly. It's almost like one of those computer buttons. Kind of like if you were to take a key off your keyboard, if you've, like, felt a key break off, like, a professional typing keyboard, like computer keyboard. That's kind of what it feels like, almost like a Chromebook or something like that. It's basically what it feels like when one of the animals is broken off. I did see one at Goodwill one time where it was literally the animal, all 4 animals were broken off, exposing wires. The buttons were getting stuck. The switch was extremely stiff. It would still turn on and work, believe it or not. That's how I even figured out it was there. And then the mechanism on top. So the way this thing works is there's like a mechanism going through the middle part where all the animals and buttons are. There's like a mechanism going through there. So when you press that big old fat star down. Oh yeah, and wait until I get to the Crazy Legs Learning Bug review. That's gonna be fun. But anyway, when you press that big old star down, it will spin. There's a big fat mechanism going through there. Just as big and fat as a mop up. And that mechanism, when you press it down, makes the middle part spin. The bottom part and the star stay stationary when it's on the ground, but you can, like, hold the middle part stationary and just spin those, the bottom part with the star and the battery cover is on the bottom and all that. You just spin those. Now what will happen here is it's like held on to they're held on together by something at the bottom. I think it's like a suction cup or something like that, because when I felt this thing broken, it was like sticky. There was like suction cup or whatever on the bottom. When this thing breaks, that bottom part will completely drop out, just hang down. You can wind it up, because when you wind it, it will move the star down and press the mechanism. That's how I got it to change modes on me. The one I found at Goodwill. This star will become where, actually, on the one I saw at Goodwill, and even on my old one, the star broke off at the top. It will become where it's literally just, you press it, it doesn't do anything. It, like, doesn't move the mechanism, it just, you done everything, you press it, it just, well, it moves the mechanism a little bit forward. It doesn't do anything to activate it, though. Just press it, it doesn't work. And that's something. They break easily. Now, let's get on to describing this thing. How long have I just been sitting here rambling without even turning this thing on?
14 minutes. Viewfind. Speech off.
Oh my god, almost 15 minutes of just sitting here rambling and not even turning this thing on. You know, I am a talent at that. But, alright, so describing this thing, because we're not going to turn this on. We're going to spend another 5 minutes, 6 minutes rambling. Get this up to 20 minutes of me just rambling and not even turning the thing on. It has 4 animal buttons, or 4, if you know the reference. You do. It's from a Huel Toys hammer from God knows when. It has 4 big old fat animals. They're big mop bops. Has a big old monkey. Come on, monkey, move faster. Has a leon. It's a big lion. And he just presses. It's an elephant. It's not an elephant anymore. It's an elephant. Oh yeah, wait until the Learn and Dance Zoo thing comes out. It's gonna be fun. And then it has a big old bird. That bird went over the mountain. It's a big old fat bird. It's a big old bird. You know, this bear presses. It's not a bear, it's a bird. And then around in between each little animal, it's got 4 huge buttons. They're huge. Like, press them. They make button noises. Button 1 and 3 don't have anything in front of them, but however, button 2 has a big old switch with like 3 positions. Not 1, not 2, not 4, not 5, 3 positions. It's off, low volume, and high volume. And then there's a big old fat speaker. Now that speaker makes noise. I know, surprising, right? Speakers aren't supposed to make noise. But this one is weird. It does. It makes noise for some odd reason. I didn't know that speakers made noise. But this one, it's interesting. It does make noise. Now, on the top, you get a big old fat star. And when you press it down, it makes this thing spin. Whee! Look at all that janky spinning action we got here. Except y'all can't see a thing because my camera angles suck. But, you know, it spins, it does stuff. You can flip this switch right here. I'm gonna have mine on the high volume. I don't really like the low volume too much. It's too quiet. Is there a way we can make that thing even louder? Yeah, I'm sure there is. We can just hook it up to a microphone and just blare the audio. I actually did hook my phone up to a huge Bluetooth speaker and play audio of this and a few other things through it. So, you know, that's a thing you can do. But with the actual toy, you can't really make it any louder than the high volume goes. So let's just turn it on here and see if it glitches out, because this one will glitch out now too. Oh, and the battery cover has 2 screws on the bottom and an inspection sticker. Mine still has the inspection sticker. The battery cover, like, you take off the entire bottom, and that's where the battery cover is. It's the entire bottom of the top, except there's like a little portion left. The battery cover, you don't take it off, but like the big portion of the bottom is literally just the battery cover. I guess let's turn it on here. Oh. You're being difficult, are you?
Give me a spin.
I'll give you a spin once you decide to work properly. And you can touch these big old animals. Yes, that's what I was gonna do.
I'm the monkey. Swing like me.
And touch this one.
Touch the lion. I'm the
And they will tell you to touch each other.
like a lion.
Just, yeah, there's something ugly.
Touch the elephant. I'm the elephant. Stop. 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 Touch the bear.
That big old elephant wants me to touch the bird.
I'm the
Well, guess what?
bear. Walk like
I don't want to.
a bear. Give me a spin.
And I'll do that. These 4 buttons actually do different than what you would think they
Give
do.
me a spin.
So, each one of these is a quiz button, and it doesn't matter which one you press, they just do a random animal. Oh. You shut off on me. Each one of these will do a random animal. So, you can press this one here.
Where's the lion?
The leon is over here.
I'm the lion. Where's the elephant?
Over here. You press it.
I'm the
It's a big
elephant.
fat button. Oh, and what if I touch this one over here?
Where's the bear?
Oh, you went over that big old bird as he climbed over the mountain. I don't know where you
I'm
went.
the bear. Where's the lion?
No, I don't want the monkey. I don't want the lion. It's the monkey. This one will actually tell you when you touch the right animal. The thing I find weird about this one is...
Me a spin.
Yeah, exactly. It'll say, touch this animal, and you touch it. It doesn't let you know that you touched the animal that it wanted you to touch. It's just advertising that there are other animals to touch. It, you know, why doesn't it be like, I'm the monkey, touch the lion, and you touch it, it's like, yay, you found the lion, or something like that. Instead of just going off into what the lion would do. The lion requests you to touch another animal, and it just goes on from there. Why do they do that? Now, you can press this big old star on here.
It's time for silly spin.
No, I don't want that one. Not yet.
Animals.
Oh,
Spin to the... Animals, animals. Round and round we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. It's time for number 5.
I feel like what they did here was creative. And then did I forget to mention?
Give me a spin.
So,
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
what they did with the voice here is honestly really interesting.
Give me a spin.
Because what they did here is they made the voice different pitches. Like the monkey's the most high pitch, lion is next high pitch, there's the medium pitch normal voice, which just controls the entire unit. Elephant is a bit lower pitch. Burr is the lowest. Which I find weird. The fact that they pitch the voices to where it makes it sound like each animal has a different voice. I actually kind of like that. I do like the way that is structured. I like the way that each animal has a different voice. And the fact that, you know, each animal kind of sounds different. That it's something you wouldn't expect for old VTech to do. Now, let's go on to the next mode.
Spin to the music.
No, I don't remember that one yet.
4, 3. Spin to the...
No.
It's time for silly spin.
This one is actually really interesting. So they advertise this as silly spin. It's supposed to make silly sounds. What they do is they make really good use of these outer buttons in the number mode and the silly spin mode more than the other two modes. You really don't need these outer buttons if it wasn't for the silly spin mode and even somewhat the number mode. Now what this will do is each one of these buttons will make a different silly sound. Old VTech sounds from 2000s. Early, like really early old VTech sounds. Each of these 4 buttons will make a silly sound. Now this one is actually a quiz feature here. It'll ask you who says, and the monkey will make a sound, who says the lion sound. And then, you know, it'll ask you which one. And you can press that, or it will say which animal says what. And the toy will actually tell you what animal says what. Now this one, you can press the elephant, it says who says in the bear sound. And you press the bear, and it will be like the bear says with the bear's low-pitched voice. You can spin this again.
Animals. 4, 3, 2. It's time. Animals. 4, 3. Animals. 4. Spin to the music.
What they did with the... Okay, so it plays the can to start off the spin of the music. And then what they did with these buttons here is actually really interesting. So each of these buttons acts like a piano key, and each one of these can play all 8 songs. Doesn't matter which button you press. And then each of these animals will play 2 songs. And they have a phrase before each song, which I find nice. It's like each animal has their own catchphrase before they play music. I think that's pretty neat. This one's already cutting in and out. That's not good. And I will demonstrate when we get done with all these what the animals do when you press them during the song. Basically the same thing they would do on the Touch and Turn tunes from 2003. And they just do different things during the song.
Let's rock some more.
I didn't want to hear that one yet. I wanted to save that one until next, after the skip to Milo. Rockin' Robin.
Let's rock some more.
So, each animal does their own thing. Whoa. Hold on. Don't do that.
Into the music.
Oh, and you can't even press these during the song.
Let's rock some more.
Please don't reset anymore. You only get 4 more songs I have to do. 4 more. 4 more songs. Yeah, it's more, not more anymore. If you've seen, I'm in a toy collecting group chat and we make a bunch of references and just have fun.
Let's stop.
If you want to get in, contact me or through comments or whatever, if you want to get into the group chat, and I can tell you how to do so.
Let's stop.
And we're stomping. Why? I'm too lazy to stomp. Why do I have to stomp? I'm too lazy. So the monkey wants to swing. I guess you could take it out to the swing set and swing.
Sing the blues.
The lion wants to rock and roar. So I guess you just rock around all day and roar its head off. The bear wants to sing the blues. Apparently it's sad about something.
Sing the blues.
Or to be entertained? Well, I'm so entertained right now. I'm gonna use VTech samples. And with every good toy comes a shut-off sound.
Give me a spin.
And this shut-off sound is actually pretty interesting because that's what they play. That was used in a few other VTech toys. No. Oh, that's right. I was going to show you that. Give me.
4, 3, 2. Animals. It's time for animals. 4, 2. Spin to the music.
Alright, just
Time to swing.
I'm gonna press these animals in here. And they'll play along to the song. We can press them in your hands as well now. Play along to the song as well.
It's time for Silly Spin.
Now this intro.
Give me a spin.
That's the classic VTech Smart Start intro. So you know if a toy does that, that is Smart Start. And the way this thing does is like a demo mode. The way it shuts off. It goes like that. And then it goes...
Let's stop.
Plays a song. I'm guessing that's what they would have done in a store. It's like a demo mode. And it just kind of demos pretty much all the modes except the number one, and then it shuts off. And that's neat. Oh, that does that. So I'm guessing that's just a demo mode for like if it was in stores, it would just play that kind of. Because I'm guessing you couldn't really do much with these in the box because they spin around. So it would be pretty hard to keep them in the box if they spin around. Well, no, not exactly, because they do. I could see them doing that as well. Putting them in the box that way instead of, yeah, I could see how they'd be able to still put them in the box to where they could still spin around, like kind of like they do with the VTech balls or something like that, or the drivers or what, you know. I could see how they'd be able to do that where they'd still spin around. So that's not really an excuse either, but I could see the boxes back then being a lot harder to, you know, you couldn't really play with the things in the boxes as much. You could play with the box. That's all you really need a toy for, is to play with the box. But it's another reference that exists. But these things must have had a demo mode at some point. In store try-me's, from what I can tell. Also, that voice right there is just classic VTech Smart Start voice that it uses. You hear that voice in a bunch of other VTech toys from the early 2000 era. You just hear that voice in a lot of toys. And then, well, they, made other voices. But, classic VTech voices, they're great. But I guess that's the end of this video on the 2003 VTech Smart Start Spin and Learn Top. So isn't that great? And I guess bye-bye, my butts. See y'all in the next video where I'll be recording either just blank audios with audios with just the toys, or actually maybe a review. Maybe tomorrow I'm gonna do a Janktech review on the Around Town Baby Driver, because that's something I want to do as well, because no one's taken a really deep look at that one yet. So yeah, that's the end of the video. Bye bye, my pops.
View 33 minutes 46 seconds. Speech off.
Oh my God, we've been going for 34 minutes already. Oh, there is one thing that I was going to mention that I completely forgot to. And that is the fact that, when you turn this on here.
Give me a spin.
Here's why I think this thing would have a test mode. When you hold all four of these buttons down. Not that. Okay, it's not supposed to do that.
I'm the elephant.
Oh my God, what?
Stop. I'm the lion. I'm the monkey. Swing like me. I'm the elephant. Stop. Touch the lion. Where's the lion? I'm the monkey. Where's the elephant?
I don't know if you can hear that, but just radio static in there. It's just pure static waves in there, which leads me to believe that that thing would have a test mode or some secret hidden mode when you press all 4 of those animals. I've kind of messed around with that a bit, but not too much. Maybe turning it on, pushing all 4 buttons, test mode. I don't know. That's kind of how it works with the 2010 or 2011. But yeah, that's literally it. It's literally nothing else. I've rambled on for 35 minutes. There's not much else I have to say about this, so I guess see you later, my pops.
Stop 35 minutes. 52 seconds. Stop recording video. Button.